Hello Taurus, this is Gypsy Spirit here with you, and I am here to give you your love reading for Sunday, January 6th. And I've already drawn your cards. I actually went a little step further and drew a couple of more cards from different decks. And what is going on, Taurus? Your first card is the King of Pentacles. So it looks like there's going to be a breakup, and it seems like everybody's breaking up. I don't know. Maybe, it's a season for breakups. Which makes a lot of sense because we're in a new year, and so, new beginnings. Some things are ending so that we can have a new beginning, so different season. But, the kings are always very much in control. They, if they're at war, they strategically plan out how they're going to go about getting out or getting through this war and winning. So what I'm seeing for you is that you've been unhappy, and now you're trying to figure out a way to get out of this relationship, but plan it so that you come out ahead. So that's what I'm seeing. And Taurus is, I'm a Leo, and whenever I am friends with a Taurus or have anything to do with a Taurus, Tauruses and Leos kind of buck heads a little bit. So it could be that you're dealing with a Leo and you're trying to figure out the best way to get out of this relationship and come out on top. But you're just, right now you're just really kind of thinking about it, like trying to put a plan of action together is what you're doing, because I have an 8 of Wands here. And so, you see how she's ready to go. She's getting messages from the Raven here. I can't do this like this upside down. But she's getting messages from the Raven. So you're getting messages within your own self, your spirit guides. And you're very strategically getting out of this relationship as quickly and as less painful as you possibly can. I'm getting the feeling that maybe there might be some type of domestic violence. You could be in a domestic violence situation, and so you're trying to figure out how to get out. I think it was Cancer last week that I was talking to about domestic violence. So I'm getting that it's like the bags are packed. You're just waiting for that right time to make your move. And I even drew another card, and I got the 10 of Pentacles upside down. So it told me, yeah, that you're done. It's over. Now it's just a matter of time of figuring out when and how. And I'm also getting that maybe for some of you, it might be a financial issue that you want to leave, you're ready to leave, but you may be feeling a little trapped because it could be something to do with finances. And so you're just really spending this time right now trying to figure out how you're going to do it. And there may be some legal issues as well. I'm picking up legal issues that, there may be a lot for you to lose if you are, if you're thinking of leaving or trying to leave, and you're the one that's doing the leaving, you may have a good bit to lose. And for some reason, the reason why I got stumbled with my words a few seconds ago was because all of a sudden I got this download that some of you have been unfaithful, and that you're wanting to leave the person that you're with to be with somebody else. And so you were trying to figure out how to do it, and how to do it in a way as painless as possible, but also looking at the legalities of it as well, and what is the best way to go about doing this without really fucking yourself financially. That's what it boils down to. And I got to tell you, you know, if that's the case, you know, you're going to lose something. You know, if that's, and this is just a general reading for everybody. This is not meant for everybody, but I guarantee you there's some people out there that's listening to this, and their scenario, their situation is exactly like I'm putting it out, that you have, you know, you're with somebody else, you know, let's you know, call a spade, you're cheating, okay? And so you're ready to move forward with this other person and leave the one that you're with, whether it's somebody you're married to or somebody that you're living with or whatever, but you're ready to move forward. And, you know, sometimes there's consequences, you know, and that sort of thing. And I'm picking up that you're trying to figure out the best way to make your move without having to suffer so many consequences. You know, but everybody's going to get hurt. I mean, there's going to be some pain. And you are trying to figure out the best way to do it without it hitting you in your pocketbook. And for some reason, I'm getting that some of you, you know, I get a lot of women listeners. Looking at my analytics, most of my listeners are women, but something's telling me that whoever this is who's supposed to be hearing this, you're a man, and you've got a woman on the side that you want to leave your wife for. You're very unhappy, and you're trying to figure out a way to get out of this marriage or this relationship without having to pay out so much money. My dad always told me that if you're the one that wants out of the relationship, you're the one that has to pay. You're the one that's going to have to give up the house, the furniture, the car, everything. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is you leaving your spouse worth it? Leaving everything behind, if that's going to give you a peace of mind, then by all means. You know, when I went through my divorce 15 years ago, I thought about what my dad said, because I had just bought a new house, I had furniture, I had a car, I had it all. I had a business, and I left it all behind. And it was worth it, because I got a peace of mind, you know. And even today, I look at this man that I, you know, was married to. We have a son. We're friends now, but every time I can only take him in very small doses. And every time I'm around him, I say to myself, "Thank you, God, for letting me get out of that marriage." And so, if this is the case, then by all means. But let me tell you something: if you are cheating, and I'm not trying to pass judgment on you, but if you are cheating on your spouse or your significant other, the grass is not always greener on the other side, and you may find that out. You know, my brother was fucking around on his wife, and he, you know, went out with this woman who he had known from high school, and next thing you know, he's divorcing his wife, and he's marrying this other woman. And I already knew that she was just nothing but a Jezebel, you know, and she was after his money. She was, you know, it wasn't really love. She just wanted his money and somebody to take care of her. And that marriage lasted, I don't even think it lasted a year. It might have lasted a year. But he realized how he had fucked up. So if you're unhappy, I'm just going to give you some sound advice. And you can take it or not. It's up to you. But if you are messing around and you've got somebody on the side, you need to get, and you want to get a divorce, you need to get your divorce first and then mess around. I promise you that you will be glad you did it that way later. So even if you are in the midst of a divorce, it's not time to get involved with somebody very seriously. It's not. You need time to heal, and you don't want to bring that garbage your dirty laundry into a new relationship, which is what you're going to do. So I'm just telling you, I'm kind of old. I have a lot of wisdom due to some of the mistakes that I have made and mistakes that I've seen other people make. And I'm also a psychic. I read tarot. So I already know what's going to happen to you if you are in this scenario. If you are leaving your significant other to marry somebody else, I promise you it will not last. So just think about that, Taurus. Anyway, if you like this reading, or if it hit home with you, it may not be one that you liked, not what you wanted to hear, but if it hit home with you, or if you enjoyed listening to it, hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to my other readings and get notices, please hit the subscribe button. Also, I do personal readings. You can go to my website at www.gypsyspiritcharleston.com, and I also have my website in my description, so you can see it there. But Taurus, take care of yourself, and God love you. Be good, okay? Until next time, bye-bye.